So let's get into how AI can not only help us to create our content, but also how we can plan it too. I created this tool that helps me to plan my entire process, and I'm going to share it with you today to see how much AI can really support us in automating our process and also guiding us in it as well. Okay, so this is how I plan my videos to get like max usage out of them and be super organized. So I have a little AI here, and the idea is that the AI can help us to create our script, our YouTube, plan our keywords, plan our tags, do everything right before we record. So you can use the AI or you can fill it out by yourself, but I love the AI. I think it's really good, and it's taken me such a long time to build as a no-code builder. I built this whole thing through code. I did use Replit, moved over just because of costing, and it's been the most amazing thing. So if you want to see a video about how I've created this, let me know below and I can create one. So this is literally my whole process. I wanted something that I could create content because I knew how overwhelming it was. And even with AI now, there's still the challenge of like, where do we put all that information? And I was a bit tired of having like a Google Doc. I just felt really overwhelmed with different spreadsheets and stuff. So this is what I've done here. And basically you can choose whether you want it to guide you, ask you questions step by step. And then the way that I'm doing planning at the moment is I'm learning so much about YouTube that I decided to make sure that I plan out my title and my thumbnail first. So kind of like really focusing on the packaging, the hook, the purpose of the video to make sure the value's there. So this is how I'm organizing it. So you can see here, it gives me options on how many titles. So for this one, I chose 3. And then it'll give me title options. Now, the best thing about this AI, which is like any AI, it has memory. So if there's something that you don't want it to say in future and you type that in, it'll remember that. That's like my favorite part. So it'll give you like suggestions and then you can adjust it. And then like one of them, I was like, does this have enough curiosity? And they're like, no, let's redo it. And so basically it comes up with this. So now all of these have little copy tags. So I can copy them directly into YouTube. This just gets me so excited. Okay. Now, the next thing is then it's like, okay, I've done my titles. Let's plan out the thumbnails. And it'll ask, do you want a universal concept, like one thumbnail? Do you want 3? So one for each title, or do you want like a number of different ones to try? I like to match it. So I've done that. And then it'll ask you questions as well, ask you questions about the design and then create it. And this is my favorite part. Okay. I'm going to say this about so many things, but if you create the thumbnails, it actually adds them and then links them. See how it's got A, B, B, right? And now the purpose of this is what would happen is my editor, I have a lovely editor who does my thumbnails as well. He would go in here, he would see the design notes, and then he would upload the image up here, and that's where I would download them and then upload them to YouTube myself. So he has this whole concept all ready to go. He can see everything. So after I've done the thumbnail concepts, it takes us to the hook and the value proposition. So it's about getting in that hook and then the value, and it also asks whether you want it to write it out or do it in dot points. So this one actually wrote the whole thing out for me and then did the value proposition. Then we have the option to do the description, right? The thing with the description is I feel like it really needs to have all the information behind it. So with the description, it doesn't get filled in till the end after we've done all the information so it can see. And then we've got keywords and research tags. Now, the research keywords, I would probably do these after you've done the script, just because it works off all of that information. So you'll get more accurate keywords and tags. But also the keywords are really important for the tags because the tags use the keywords to determine the tags, right? So then we've got raw footage links and completed. So something that I found with my editor was like, I would do this recording and then I would put it in Premiere and upload it here so he can see it and take it off, see where it is in Premiere. And then when he's finished, he will upload the final one here and the captions so that I can upload everything myself. And then we also have the call to action. So this is something that we also have planned out. So the call to action, the goal, so it actually clears up the goal for us so we know what we're trying to achieve. And then it gives us the call to action, guys. So it's already there and done for us. We already know what we're going to say. And then the pinned comment. So if you want to have a comment on your video, you can literally have it right here, pin it into your video, and you are good to go. Now, the next part, yes, this is what I absolutely love about this, and this is why I created it. I wanted one place to see my entire process in one go. This is what this is about. This is like why I created this whole system so that I could literally plan an entire thing right down to even the tasks that I have to do for it. So I've got the script, right? And with this script, let me go down to where the AI will actually help you plan out this script. And it even gives you keyword suggestions here, which is really cute because that's good for like when we're recording and whatnot. And okay, another thing about this is it's really super automated, which is why I feel like it's offers something super different. When you create that hook and that CTA in the previous step, it is going to automatically add them in here. So you don't have to rewrite them again. And then it'll start going, okay, let's talk about everything that you want to talk about. And you can actually type and talk to them as you're going. So let me give you a really clean example of how I did it. So here you'll see it ask me, how do you want to talk about it? Bullet points or full script? And I like bullet points. So I've written bullet points, right? Great, cool. Then it asked me the structure. So with the structure, I actually wrote and said, I want to do this. So you don't have to use a multiple choice. I just added it in as an extra feature. And then it's like, love that. Let's talk about it. So it asks you questions to help you build out the script. It'll literally go piece by piece and talk about it all, and you can work with the AI. And here's the thing with AI, and I completely get it. The concern that people are having is that, we're losing our authenticity by over relying on AI to create our content. So here's the thing that I feel like is where AI really has a place in content creation, at least what I'm learning at the moment. It's not just about obviously it can speed up our process, but the reason that I love it is because you can put ideas in here, principles, storytelling principles, and it can help you write things out in a way that is you. So the reason I have done this is I can write out a script, it'll ask me questions, I'll reflect, write my own stuff, and then it will go into that script. So it's still my own work, just with the guidance and the principles there. And the thing is, right, AI will ask with the right prompts and the right information, will ask great questions. So it's about using those questions to help us get really clear on the video and the point of what we're trying to get across. So that's how I've designed this, to make sure that AI is kind of like our massive guide, not someone that creates for us. And that's just a personal preference of mine. I feel like it's super important to maintain that authenticity in the way that I speak. So as you can see here, it's done all of that, right? So now I've got the before, the after, and this is an actual video I'm creating. You can even plan your B-roll in here as well. And then when you're ready to record, are you ready? This is another thing I love. It actually has a readable script. So it literally gives you everything. So you can, for example, you can have this here and use it and keep going back and forth to record, right? Also, you can change that to do all caps or not. I've read somewhere that someone likes to read in caps, and I found it easier too. You can adjust, you can delete rows, you can adjust areas as well. And then we have finally, the description. So with the description, something that I found myself doing constantly was copying and pasting the template. And I was getting really frustrated because I was like, how many times do I need to do this? So I created an option to actually use a template. So it will see this template, right? It'll use this. And then it'll say, hey, you have a template here, right? So let's create a template. Let's do this description. It says, you have a template. Would you like to use it? Yes, I would. Use my saved. And then it talks about the keywords. So a really important thing here is with the description, the way I've designed it is that it automatically uses the keywords and the tags. Obviously, not all of them. We want it to sound natural, but it's another factor where AI can make our lives quicker. I used to write these out manually, keywords, tags, put them in descriptions. I used to use that, what was that WordPress tool? Yoast. I used to use that and write full descriptions, rewrite them, and then I started putting them into AI and I was like, this is just a big process. So this actually makes it a lot quicker. So it will remind you that having keywords and having tags will make the description better. It'll give you a little, I can see you have, and this actually worked for me because I had Google Stitch and Claude, and then I was like, I should probably put tutorial in there too. So it added that, and then the tags were done, and then it adds you'll see here, it creates the description based on what I've created, which I love because it saves us so much time. And then eventually, which will be something that'll fix, it'll add your social media as well automatically. So this is it, guys. This is literally how I plan it. And I am recording this video today. And then what I will do when I finish recording it, actually right now I will do because I've finished organizing it, ready to create. I will mark that as ready to create. And I will probably, if I want to script, say you're someone who likes to do bulk scripting, you might script all your videos. You might prefer to organize, plan all your videos. And then it actually goes into this little tab that says ready to create. And I can see, if I'm doing a filming day, I can go in here and be like, okay, now I know what I need to create. This is what I need to create for today, right? And then when it's ready to edit, I will go here. I will change it to ready to edit. It'll send an email to my editor who will open this, see this, jump in, and then he will edit it and then he will do the whole thing with the links and everything. So yeah, this is how my YouTube process works. I find it helps it make it super quick. It's all in one place. And especially like being a mum, if I have to stop, start, sometimes I can like get a couple of things out, or if I want to put an idea in and then I don't have time to finish it, I can literally just add it here and it'll have all my ideas here. So I hope that you found this video helpful. And even if it's like just a way for you to plan out your videos that you might find a bit easier, I just find having it all here, this is a game changer because I'm no longer going to different spreadsheets, trying to contact my editor on WhatsApp or doing any of that. It's a very straightforward one place, one process, all automated as much as we can, and using AI to really support us in creating those scripts. So I hope you found this helpful. Thank you so much for being here. I will catch you in the next video. So if you want to use this tool, jump onto the waitlist as well. You'll see the link below to see the website. I'm just nearly finished with bug testing and nearly ready to release it. And if it's something you want to use, make sure to join the waitlist and get into that beta place because I'm only releasing 50 spots to make sure that we can like test it properly before we do a full release.